Good morning, students. Today we'll start with the new poem, The Ball poem, written by John Berryman. Before starting with this poem, I want to ask you one question: that have you lost anything in life? And I think the answer is yes. Every human being that is born on this planet Earth, they have lost something near and dear to them. We have lost our dear ones, we have lost a valuable possession, and when we lose that near or dear one, or when we lose something valuable to us, what is our state of mind? We are sad, we are gloomy, we are grief stricken. So today this poem is going to touch all these details about loss, and the poet is also going to tell us something more about loss and how to cope with loss. Okay, so now this poem is about how small and insignificant incidents of life yields significant lessons, and how they prepare one to face the harsh realities of life. Now, it clearly and vividly captures a young boy's state of mind, whose like playful activities are interrupted when he loses his ball. Now, it gives him a sudden jolt, and it also creates grief in him. All right, nothing is able to comfort his mind. Now, this incident, it might be insignificant, but it is not at all meaningless. It has a clear and it has a larger meaning, which prepares one to face the intense moments when life snatches something that is very dear to us. Now, if we see the setting of this poem, now a place near a harbor. Alright, I hope everybody understand what is a harbor, like where the ships or the boats they dock in. Alright, so this place near a harbor forms the setting of this poem. Okay, a young boy, he is playing with his ball near the harbor, and what happens that this somehow he loses this ball, and this ball rolls away from him and it enters the water, and it is very difficult to retrieve that ball. Okay, so it's very difficult to get that ball back. Okay, so what happens that this boy is grief stricken. And on the other hand, our poet is also standing somewhere near this harbor, and he is able to see the whole incident. He sees that the boy is grief stricken. And if we talk about the poet here, John Berryman was an American poet. He was born in Oklahoma. Now he he played a major role in American poetry in the second half of the 20th century, and he is also considered as a key figure in American poetry in the confessional school of poetry. Okay, so as we move forward, before I tell you we start with the explanation of the poem, let us discuss about the message that this poem wants to convey. Okay, so here the poet wants to convey a very clear message that the process of learning about the realities of life starts at a very early age. A young child, when he or she loses his valuable possession, alright, they are overpowered by grief, they are overpowered by sorrow. Okay, but this loss starts a journey, okay, into maturity. When we lose something for the first time, we start a journey towards maturity. And this loss also makes the child understand that he should be careful about his possession in this materialistic world. Now, another message that the poet wants to convey through this poem is that one should not be emotionally attached to materialistic things, and loss should not be loss should not leave us sorrow stricken. Okay, we should not lose because of loss. Okay, we should face our loss bravely and we should keep on moving. Now, this is the message that is conveyed through this poem, and after this we will start with the stanza wise explanation of the poem. Okay, so let's first read the first stanza.
Students, here I am inserting a picture of a harbor so that you can understand what a harbor is.
So let's first read the first stanza. Okay, after the explanation, I will also tell you the literary devices that are used in this stanza. So here they are saying, what is the boy now? Who has lost his ball? What is he to do? I saw it go, merrily bouncing down the street, and then merrily over. There it is in the water. Okay, so now just pause the video and in your book read these 4 lines. I hope you have read the 4 lines. Okay, so let's start with the explanation. I hope you have your pencil and you have your book open, and whatever I am telling you, suppose any meaning is there, just write it in your book. Alright, the literary devices that we will do, that also you mark it in your book, because register we will see afterwards, whatever notes we have made. But the main thing is, when we read or when we go through the chapters or the poems, first we read the book. So it is very important for you to open your book and underline and write the meaning or other details that I will tell you. Okay, so first of all, see here, this first stanza. Okay, this is presenting you the situation. Okay, what is the situation of the poem? Okay, so it is telling you that a boy, okay, he has lost his ball. Okay, and what had happened? It had actually rolled into the water. And the poet here, he saw the whole incident of this ball rolling into the water and entering the sea. And it is difficult and impossible to bring back the ball. Okay, so this situation has been presented here in the first stanza. So if we see the first stanza is presenting you the situation of what has happened. Understood? Okay, now let's read one line at a time and try to understand one line at a time. So first they are saying, what is the boy now? Okay, so isn't it a very strange thing to say? What is the boy now? Okay, so when we are talking here, what is the boy now? Okay, you can underline and you can write. They are talking about the mental state of the boy. Okay, so they are asking you, what is the mental state of the boy? Okay, so though it seems very strange words to use, what is the boy now, but it is actually telling the mental state of, talking about the mental state of the boy. What is the mental state of the boy who has lost his ball? Okay, so here the poet is asking you, can you guess or can you predict what is the mental state of this boy who has just lost his ball that he was playing with? What is he to do? Then the next question he is asking, that now what should the boy do? Okay, now here also the poet has used what. The poet could have simply said, what is he to do. But what is he saying? What is he to do? Now why has he repeated here? So one thing we can see that the literary device used here is repetition. Okay, so now see, let's ask the question that why is he using repetition here? Why is he saying what? Why isn't he saying simply saying what is he to do? So here, dear children, again you underline, okay, and you write. Why is he saying this? Because he wants to show the helplessness of the child. Okay, he wants to show that how helpless the child was, that though he has lost the ball, but he is helpless as he cannot bring back the ball. Obviously, the ball must have gone into the ocean or the sea. How is he going to bring that ball back? Okay, so here when we are talking about what, it is showing us the helplessness of the boy. Understood? I saw it go. Who saw it go? Who is this I here? I is the, yes children, I is the poet. So he is saying that yes, I saw it go. And again, what is this it? I saw what go? I saw the ball rolling into the sea or the water. I hope these two lines are clear to you. Okay, let me again just read the two lines. What is the boy now who has lost his ball? What is the mental state of this boy who has just lost his valuable possession? Okay, for a young boy, okay, or for a young child, small toys are valuable to them. Okay, they are not going to run after money. They are not going to run after gold or silver or diamonds. Alright, if you have your toy car, if you have your Legos, if you have your game, something that you have, if suppose you have a doll, okay, that is your valuable possession. Alright, so see from the point of view, we have to see from the point of view of the child. Okay, we don't have to see from the point of view of an adult, we have to see from the point of view of the child. Okay, so when we are saying here, now what is the state of mind of this child who has lost his valuable possession? This ball might appear to us as very invaluable. Okay, it might not appear to us as something precious, but you ask a small child, you see if you have your younger brothers or sister in nursery or something, and you try to take even if their pencil, alright, they are going to shout, they are going to cry, they are going to howl, and they are going to just bring the house down, alright, because they want their valuable possession, because that is valuable to them. Okay, the same way here, this ball was valuable to the child. So, now you tell me what will be the mental state of this boy. He will be sad, he will be gloomy, he will be in despair. Okay, so this first line is clear to you, I hope. Then let's move to the second line again. What is he to do? What is this repetition telling us? It is showing the helplessness of the boy. Okay, what will he do now? He is completely helpless. I saw it go. Who saw it go? The poet saw it go. Now, merrily dancing down the street. Okay, he saw it merrily bouncing down the street, and then, okay, where did he go? See it go? It was bouncing down the street. It must have crossed the street, and after the street there must be the harbour, and the ball must have entered the water. So one thing, did you notice? The poet had said merrily bouncing. Okay, the poet did not simply say it was bouncing down the street. The poet is using the word merrily here. Okay, I will tell you why he is using this in the next line. So he said that yes, I saw it. Okay, it went bouncing down the street, and then merrily over there it is in the water. Okay, so now here the poet is telling us what happened to the ball. That he saw that this ball was merrily bouncing, okay, down the street. And then what did it do? Then it merrily, over there, it went into the water. It entered the water. It was merrily bouncing down the street, and then it merrily entered the water. I hope this is clear. So, see here in this stanza, the poet is only presenting you the situation. So, this we have to keep it in mind. Understood? So, once again, merrily bouncing down the street, and then merrily over there, it is in the water. Okay? So, again, why is the poet using this word merrily? Merrily means happily, joyfully. Okay, so the poet, first thing that the poet is doing here, he is using the literary device personification. Alright, so he is giving the quality of happiness to a object, that is the ball. So he is saying it merrily bounced and it merrily entered the water. So why is he doing this? He is doing this because he wants to create a contrast. He wants to create a comparison between the mood of the child and the ball. Okay, what is the state of mind of this boy? He is helpless, he is gloomy, he is sad. Alright, in contrast, to show that he is saying that the ball was bouncing merrily. Okay, because if we want to compare something, if we want to compare somebody's richness, alright, so we are going to compare it with poverty. Okay, if we want to compare somebody's happiness, we might compare it with somebody's sadness. That is what the poet has done here. He is comparing the two things to show the contrast between the boy and the ball. Okay, and to emphasize that how gloomy, how sad this child was. I hope this is clear to you. Okay students, now I will explain to you the literary device that I used in the first stanza. Okay, this is only for the first stanza. Now here please remember that these literary devices are very important since the CBSE started the multiple choice question extract based. Alright, so there this literary device can be asked and will be asked. So you should know which literary device is used in which line. Okay. So I want you to take out your book, alright, and mark the literary devices as I tell you. So the first literary device used here is symbolism. Alright. Now I think you must have done in your class 9th what is symbolism. Okay, symbolism is when something is used as a symbol, an object, whatever is there, is used as a symbol for something. For example, here in this poem, the object ball, this is used as a symbol. It is symbolizing, okay, it is portraying the possession that a person or a child has. Okay. So here when we are talking about ball, it is not just talking about the ball that the child has lost. It is also telling about, it is symbolizing the possessions that people might lose. Okay. And the second thing is there that it is symbolizing is the innocence of the child. Alright. So when this child, he lost his ball, with that he also lost his innocence. Before that, he did not have, he was not clever or he was not shrewd enough to just keep control of his possession. He was an innocent child who did not know the ways and the means of the world. But when he faced his first loss, at that time he also lost his innocence. Okay, so two things are being symbolized by ball here. One is the possession that the people have and other is the innocence of the child. Okay, I hope you have written. Now next is anaphora. Anaphora is when the first words in two lines are repeated. Okay, when the first words, okay, in 2 lines or 3 lines when they are repeated, and this is done so that either the poet can create a rhythm or the poet wants to stress on something. That is why he uses anaphora. In your book, if you see the first and the second line, okay, see the first words in each line. It is what. Okay, open your book, see the poet is saying what is the boy now, and in the second line he is saying what is he to do. So both the first words are what. Okay, and here why is he using this? Because he wants to arouse the curiosity of the readers, and he wants to emphasize on the reaction of the boy. That is why he is using the word what. Then if we come to the third and the fourth line, in third and the fourth line, which are the first words? Third line it is merrily, and the fourth line again it is merrily. So again here the poet is using the literary device anaphora. Okay, and here the poet is using this again to stress on the contrast between the boy and the ball. Okay, and to emphasize that the mood of the ball was very happy when it was rolling into the water. Okay, so this is there. Then if we come to the next literary device, the next literary device is repetition. Repetition means when we repeat either words or phrases or lines again to when we want to emphasize something, okay, or we want to create a rhythm or to show some importance. So here in line number 2 you see the first 2 words what is he to do. Okay, there I have already told you that when he is using this repetition, he is using it to emphasize on the helplessness of the boy, that he is not able to retrieve the ball, he is not able to get that ball back. So he is showing the helplessness of the child. Okay, then next is personification. Personification I have told you in line number 3 when he says merrily bouncing. Personification means when some human qualities are given to some inanimate objects. Okay, when I give some human qualities to the non-living things, then we call it personification. For example, the ball here, it is non-living thing. Okay, but I have given the quality of happiness to the ball. Okay, so here when we are saying merrily bouncing, so here we have used the literary device personification. Okay, so if we come to the next literary device, that is enjambment. Now enjambment, what is enjambment? Enjambment is, if you will see a poem, okay, after every line, okay, there is a punctuation mark. Either there is full stop, either there is comma, or there is an exclamation mark, whatever is there, each line has a punctuation mark. Okay, but in some poems what happens, at the end of the line there is no punctuation mark. One idea or one line is flowing into the next line. When something like this happens, then we call it the literary device enjambment. Okay, so it can be 2 lines, it can be 3 lines. Okay, we will start with the line which is not having the punctuation mark to the line that is having the punctuation mark. So for example, from the second line, if you see at the end of the line, there is no full stop, there is no comma, there is no punctuation mark. Then if we come to the third line, again see at the end, there is no punctuation mark. But if we see the fourth line, after water there is a punctuation mark, we have the exclamation mark. So here our enjambment ends. Okay, so I hope you are clear with these literary devices. Now you go through this video again carefully, and once you have gone through it, then just see the literary devices and try to do the MCQs that I will be sending to you related to this. And the next time, I hope you will stay safe at home. Thank you.